I'm a city boy from Lagos.
Presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has visited popular Islamic cleric Ahmad Gumi at his residence in Kaduna State.
Good day, sirs.
Good day, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
That's the way. We are a poor nation. The bank coal we follow. They say firewood, not for fire. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. Oh, they are just, just going easy. I don't want. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change.
What we want now is to employ our youth. Next year's election must be based on character we can trust. What we are selling now is listening to all of us. All of us are going to have a well-written manifesto, a well-written document we will read out, a well-written this. But what we are selling now is, who among us will you trust?
You don't have your own.
Atiku.
Where are you guys going?
No, we just came we landed just before you.
I've supported Atiku Abubakar in 2007.
Jagaban of the North.
Then, don't blame me if I ask for the payback period. It's payback. Let him endorse me now. Instead of conducting rally around Kaduna, why I'm talking to great people here.
The administration that came to power in 2015 to date has deeply disappointed a huge number of people, particularly in the north. And it's very difficult convincing people that you can actually vote a different set of leadership with a different kind of characteristic. And they can actually turn the fortunes of the country and the north. So we tell people, don't just be angry. Yes, be angry, but use that anger as a fuel for turning things around. If you don't vote, somebody else will. And if you end up with, if those people will mobilize and buy votes for 200 naira and 300 naira and Indomie, they will get into power, and they will continue exactly where this present administration stops. They will do what this administration is doing, or they will draw lines at problems and say, look, we didn't create the insurgency, we didn't create banditry, we didn't create kidnapping, we didn't make everybody poor. That's not our problem. That's somebody else has to deal with that. That's not the kind of leadership we're looking for. So,
Your Excellency, Northerners are watching you now, and in the next few days, they will hear or they will see you. Please tell the Northerner why, out of all the presidential candidates, they should trust you and not anybody else with their votes and their trust, and why you are the best candidate that can lead the North and Nigeria through changes. Please, talk to the Northerner directly.
Well, Madam Northerner. Oh, Madam Northerner, I have been in politics now for 3 decades. 𝐲𝐨𝐻𝐭𝐡 or Professor 𝐻𝐭, 35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. It doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin. Thank you very much.
I disagree. If you started your campaign from Uyo and you come before this audience and you say you are the only northerner, you've lost the election. It is therefore no coincidence that at independence, this vision of our leaders is encapsulated well in our first national anthem. And I can walk through some part of it. Quote, though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand.
They have failed!
Fail, failure, failest.
Huh? Hey.
I'm speaking as your host and governor of Kaduna State, so I will not campaign for my candidate. But you all know who it is. It is 𝐷𝐲𝐻𝐴hmed Tinubu, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The government we intend to form, I and that team, with our team, we do things differently. We want to bring a transformative government, purposeful government that will start dealing with the issues. And those issues are known and very clear. The issue of security, which will be decisive. The issues of unity, which will be decisive. The issues of our economy, because it is critical.
As you are aware, we will address the welfare and training needs of our security personnel, strengthen our security institutions with modern technology, necessary equipment to better position them to respond to modern challenges that we face in a fast-changing world. Under my leadership, the Nigerian military will receive much-needed injection of training personnel to strengthen the heroic effort of the troops, and we will reinforce them.
Obi, alongside his running mate 𝐷𝙗𝙗𝐵 Ahmed, on Monday attended a conference organized by the Arewa Joint Committee. The controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has been under attack by critics concerning his position on banditry in the country, as he has been seen by many as giving voice to bandits terrorizing northern Nigeria. Obi in recent times has visited northern power brokers and thought leaders, including the Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, and the chairman of Northern Elders Forum, 𝐻𝐭 Abdullahi. He also visited former heads of state Ibrahim Babangida and Abdulsalami Abubakar.
If you look at all these things, politicians do not moralize at all. They don't moralize. Everything that is central to the heart of the average politician, not only Nigerian politicians, but winning. And how do they win if they don't get the numbers? All right, so that's why I say if a politician wants to start thinking about moralizing whatever action they have, they often are left in the lurch. So Obi going all the way to Kaduna, although he said he just had a stopover, and then he saw he had to look at a way of maybe building bridges. Also, don't forget that Obi is having what I might call a hard task for him before him. What I'm saying is that even if by providence Obi is able to win the 17,000 states, it still needs a minimum of 7 states up north for him to make the constitutionally prescribed 25% in about 24 states across the country for him to be declared president. So Where does he get the number? Where does he get the 25% in about 24 states if he doesn't build bridges across the length and breadth of this country? So if he thinks that Gumi has followers that he can have best from, well, so be it. So
if you go today, out of the 10 poorest states in Nigeria, 10 is in the north. Out of school children, it is in the north that you have the highest out of school children in the global earth. That's not anything. I'm telling you, all this is what the elites used to confuse us, to keep us where we are. No, there's no tribe that is enjoying anything today. The people in the north don't buy bread cheaper than people in the south. The poor people in the north are poor. The poor people in the south are poor. There's no uninterrupted light in the north. There's nothing in the north that is lacking in the south. There's nothing in the south that is lacking in the north. All of them are suffering. There's no place anybody buys anything cheap because of religion.
Bandits will not defeat us. We will defeat them. We will eliminate them. I can assure you.
I assure you that we shall do even better. Chief, I assure you, I will secure the country.
No inch of this country boundary will be yielded to ragtag bandits.
I pledge that I will restore security in this country. I swear to Almighty God, I will do it. And I can do it.
Sure.
All what you need to do is have a leadership that has the capacity to do it. And I have the capacity to do it.
Someone will come to this Allo platform to campaign on the basis of tribe or where others come from. And one of you, yes, I have no control that I'm a Yoruba boy. I'm a city boy from Lagos. But the joy of it all is the fact I didn't choose myself. I didn't choose to come. I applied to come. I joined a Congress with great minds backing me. The Northern Governors Forum said, oh, power is truly not served a la carte. Let's support a Southerner, no matter who he is. And they made that promise. They made it stick. They stand on it firmly. And that is how I emerged. I beat them silly. They are all here. Whatever name you call them, they are here. They are great people. They brought me here. They are standing with me. They know I can do the job. They improve my competence.
Election next year must be on character we can trust. It must be in competence. It must be in capacity and commitment to start doing the right thing from the first day. We must stop this abuse of our country based on primordial excuses.
See, there are a lot of media group here. There are certain things they're looking for. I'm not going to reveal everything. Now lie. I'm pitched against my party leader, Buhari. I will do differently from Buhari. I'm different. I am Bola, is Muhammadu. He has laid a foundation based upon the constitutionalism. He has done well. How did PDP 16 years? They forget that there's a railway line from Ido to Kaduna to Sokoto. They forget that the transmission line of electricity for 16 years. They forget that they need investment and services. Because Buhari is a gentleman, he just absorbs everything. I'm going to assure you, I'm not going to throw away everything that he has done into the garbage bin. I'm going to take those positive areas of it, work on it, and build a nation. This country is not about personality. It's about style. That is necessary to fulfill a dream. Here, I'm not supposed to get up and defend Buhari one way or the other. What is my party leader? He came with a vision. He came with a mission. There are so many of his programs that is all about Nigeria. And we will build on those foundations that is sound and sustainable. I tell you, when we want to deviate, we don't want to seek his permission. We just correct and move forward.
A huge number of people you meet would say, what's the point? What's the point of voting? The democratic process is not working for the weak and the poor in this country. It's increasingly being hijacked by powerful politicians and people. Votes don't appear to have counted, but the reference really is about 2015. The administration that came to power in 2015 to date has deeply disappointed a huge number of people, particularly in the north. And it's very difficult convincing people that you can actually vote a different set of leadership with a different kind of characteristic. Poverty is fueling the insecurity in the north. You must evolve policies that limit this. It's very important. If you don't do that, then there is no way you can fight banditry and kidnapping to a point where it ceases to be a problem.
Okay, so Dr. 𝐻𝐵, then you just make the argument. You need data to be able to know the number of people that are poor in the north to be able to help them. You need data for this welfare scheme, hence the need for a census. So that's one argument. And the other argument, is you say because of insecurity in the north. Dr. 𝐻𝐵, don't forget that you have said insecurity is spread across every part of the country. So the southeast too can complain that this is not the time for census because they have sit-at-homes on Monday. Maybe if the enumerators come on Monday, they wouldn't see anybody. So, but that's, a lot of people say that's no argument. And lastly, on this, you said something, Joseph. You said you know the numbers. What are the numbers in the north? Because we keep making this argument of the numbers, What are these numbers really? How can we crack them without a census?
If you don't know them, we know them.
What are they?
If you don't know them, we know them.
How did you get the facts? How did you get the stats? How empirical are those numbers?
We know our population. We know them. Don't go there. When we make statements like this, we know what we're talking about. We don't need a census to know our numbers. We may not be exact, But when we make these kind of statements, we know what we're talking about. You do not need a census to know how many IDPs exist. You don't need a census. If you want to count IDPs and displaced people, you can count them. If you want to go to the Southeast, which you should, if the Southeast is worried about insecurity and they don't believe that a census will serve their interests, they should say the same thing we're saying. Don't do it now. Create a more conducive atmosphere that needs to be done. Now, I don't know what worries you. You're worried about the North using numbers, and you don't like it when we use numbers. Unfortunately for you, this is a reality. We would not sit on what we believe is a reality. The North has more population than the southern part of the country. It still does. Now, how much the difference it makes, fine.
What are the numbers?
Go back and read the population. No, go back and put this is not a secret. Go and look at the population of the states. I don't have the population here, but I know that the North has always had superior population figures than the South, and it hasn't changed.